our community. I feel like men, we do a better job at talking to our female friends and asking questions. Hey, can you give me the female perspective on this?
Yeah, it's that time of day. Passport Bros. Welcome back to the Man Cave. I am your host, Black Iris. Good to see all you men and some of you women. Always good to see the women, but mostly the men because, you know, we rap, we speak about things. So it's always good to see everyone. Love is love. Happy to see you all here. And I haven't done a video like this in a while. So we're getting into the Passport Bros because apparently there's a new video from Zoom to Thailand. Really picking up some steam and getting some traction. Want to get on and give him my 2 cents, and I'll leave the link in the description box for the young man's webpage. Good content there, so show some love over there. But just to give you a recap, if you're not fully aware of what the Passport Bro hate is, it's a little bit like this.
You pay attention to the Passport Bros, like they're getting women from like the DR, Colombia,
Yes.
The Philippines, Thailand, like women that can speak very little English, women that don't have education, women that need them.
Hold up, what you say about the Filipinas only understanding very little English? Listen to this video, girl. I'm gonna give you a rundown, okay? Filipinas with very little education. Oh, honey, please tell me that you can only speak about us if you can be better than us. And clearly, you are so insecure because we take care of your man better than you.
Stop throwing shades to Filipinas because we are stealing your boyfriend.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. So anyway, so in this video, there's some pushback because apparently someone who can't stay out of the spotlight keeps bothering people who want to be left alone, who pretty much are talking to other men to tell them that there are better places for you to go. And of course, these women, and I can't be specific, but I'm going to be specific, black women who started the march as usual, sounds familiar, and I'll explain that one later. Basically complaining about men they don't care about, that they don't need or don't want going elsewhere. And the only reason why they're saying anything is, well, keep my name out your mother effing mouth. Right? Yep, of course. But, you know, you can say whatever you want. It's totally fine because, you know, you're like the mentally challenged people who can do whatever you want. And we can't punish you because you're mentally challenged. But anyway, let's get to this video, and let's try to make it as short as possible. Just going to give you a little rundown and my 2 cents on it.
We got to come to terms of agreement. That's the whole point.
We're going to go back and forth all day. I don't agree. I don't agree. We're not going to agree. And so we can't never get out of that stage.
I'm going to tell you how we can. We don't have to agree on opinions, but we have to agree on the facts. The fact of it is, we're disjointed in the worst way we've ever been.
And another fact is that we love black men. Like, I hate the idea that black women don't. That's why so many of us are single. That's why you have so many black women that are single, because we don't want to date outside our race. We don't. Not really. We will, if we have to. We want a good black man to show up and do right. Whatever we consider right to be. How about
whatever y'all consider right to be or what we consider right to be?
Not cheat. Be faithful. I mean, be loyal, faithful. Like, normal ass.
This one on the right. What is with that stank face? You know, this is already, we're already starting early. 50 seconds in.
Cooking, cleaning.
Well, it depends.
Oh, it depends. Is that what?
Yeah.
It depends on what?
What you mean it depends? It depends on everything. It depends on, I guess, whatever roles we decide that we want to have in our relationship. Because I don't believe in traditional gender roles. I don't believe that just because I'm the woman, I gotta sit in the house and cook and clean. If I work all day and you work all day, then we all need to clean this motherfucking house all day together. Okay? Ain't no you get to sit on your house. I'm tired too. All right? So.
You know, and I love these videos because it really proves to you and the world that feminism, which wasn't even meant for black women, were given to black women, not fully understood what it meant, but did it anyway. And while other race of women did the feminism route, and it didn't destroy their communities, they sick the hounds and destroy their own community. Look at it. She sounds like a feminist. She's angry like a feminist. She looks like a feminist. She's so angry with the world that has done absolutely nothing to her and everything done all by her lonely self. And now you want to come to men and tell them, well, I'm working, and I don't want to cook and clean. I don't like traditional roles. How much you want to bet when it comes down to the bills? She ain't thinking about 50-50 with all that money she's packing. She still wants you to take care of all the bills.
No, it depends on the situation. Every situation is different. We're not taking a lot of the issues to take before, because the need for men over there. Is not as high because women are making their own money. Before you had to deal, my grandma had to take a whole lot of shit from my granddaddy. She didn't have no choice. There was nowhere to go. You couldn't buy no.
And that's another thing I can't stand is the color purple effect that every black woman has. My auntie had to put a whole bunch of stuff from her husband. You ever notice every woman that has an argument, there's some past that she has that her family member went through the same thing. Guarantee you won't ask the daddy. You won't ask the granddaddy. You'll ask the women who basically can manipulate their words and say whatever they want, and you're just going to go along with it because you both share the same chromosomes. So whatever they say, it's got to be true.
Man, I mean, we literally had to have you guys, right? Times have changed. We don't have to have you guys anymore. It is a choice, and everybody needs to be supported one way or another.
Okay, now you just made my point for me, and this is no disrespect towards you. What you just said is why we're leaving. Come on. I'm the Travel OG, and I traded in my Hollywood lifestyle for the sexy beaches.
So no, kill too much time.
This is an example of what I'm talking about. I was just wishing everybody a happy Thanksgiving. Now, to be fair to her, I don't know if she was kidding or not, but when she did that, I immediately felt like I was back in the Matrix. While I'm in Thailand, I don't want to feel like that out here. So you know what I said. Oh, take her back to the Matrix. Today, I'm going to have a round table at the Zoom headquarters and speak to 3 women, 2 black and 1 Thai, as well as 2 men, which happen to be their husbands. The conversation got heated and intense in certain parts because we got down to the real ish. A few N-words started flying, passion and emotion took over the room. I'm even gonna chop this up into chapters so y'all can get to the parts of exactly what you want. So make sure you hit the like and subscribe button because I'm warning you now, if you're easily offended or you don't want to hear the raw truth, you can just click off now.
And that y'all don't want to support your women.
It's not that. Wait. Hold up.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get too deep into this, let me put everything in context. It was a grand opening of a restaurant that I was invited to the day before. I try to support all businesses in Thailand, especially people that I like or have a rapport with. My man KB, who's also an entrepreneur out here, and his wife Simone met me at the restaurant, and this lovely lady was there at the time by herself. I did not know she was there with her husband, but what I noticed about her was that she was beautiful, with a nice shape, and the thought ran through my mind, the sisters get any play in Thailand? Man, listen, you got some beautiful sisters out here, beautiful Thai ladies, boy. You start mixing in the sisters with the Thai ladies, boy. You got something special. So I wanted to interview her and ask her what her take was on being an attractive sister out here and what the attention was for her versus how it usually is in the Matrix. I asked KB to bring her over so I could talk to her, and KB brought the whole crew. It's not that we don't want to support. It's even though go ahead.
I encourage women, ask the males that you know, especially if they're married. If you have males around you that they're married, talk to them. Ask them what they think about your point of views. Ask them whatever questions, because to your point and to Richie's point, unfortunately in the black community, you have a lot of single parent households. And the issue is a lot of women are talking to other women about what a man is or what a man is supposed to do, instead of talking to a man and say, hey, what do men really want? What are some of your likes and dislikes? We're the customer, the same way you're the customer. Some people are more modern, some people are more traditional.
And that's the problem. Communication. You can be a woman that can talk all day on your phone. You can talk to your women all day long. You can ask some of the most dumbest questions when you feel your man is cheating. You'll go above and beyond to try to look him up and see if you can find them cheating. You will do everything physically possible. You're like a prisoner who's like an idiot savant. You know, outside they're dumb as hell, but when they go to prison, they know how to make silly string into like C4 explosives. They know how to like make Kool-Aid out of toilet water and I don't know, fruit punch or some crap. They know how to make alcohol out of the stuff. They can do all this creative stuff inside, but outside they are the most dumbest people on the planet, and they have no job skills whatsoever. Same thing about women. Women will do the bare minimum when it comes to communication. They'll do the bare minimum of actually talking to their spouse to find out what's wrong, what's going on, why are you bothered, what happened to you. Is something wrong? Can I help you? But let it be known you think that they're cheating or they're not giving you the time of day. Then all of a sudden, you can concoct a whole bunch of things. Your ideas, your fuzz out there in the wind. You know how to think of a whole bunch of new things. You just invented the iPhone, and now it's new age iPhone with the way you thinking. And the simplest thing is asking, well, how do you feel? No, you don't want their opinion. You want the female opinion because it's comfortable. But when it comes down to disagreeing with the women, that's when you go to the men to talk to them, because then the men make you feel safe in agreeing with them. But the other way around, I don't want to stand up and tell those women that they're wrong, because then you be called a pick me. Same thing with a relationship. You don't want to talk, but you're doing a whole bunch of talking.
And you have to be able to have that upfront conversation.
Absolutely.
Like my wife and I had a serious conversation. Here's my negotiables and here's my non-negotiables. Now, I don't know if you want to share what one of my non-negotiables were, right? It is not one size fit all. Yes. And I feel like that's one of the biggest issues in our community. I feel like men, we do a better job at talking to our female friends and asking questions. Hey, can you give me the female perspective on this? I don't know that enough black women do that.
I don't know. I don't know. It just seems, first of all, I feel like you're kind of saying the same thing I said. Always have a conversation about expectations before you get into a relationship with somebody. Not only that, but you need to check in every 6 months because those things can also change. So it's not really a black or a white thing. And if I need some more support, because
we keeping it a black thing. The reason why I'm saying that, y'all need to keep saying, oh, we all do the same thing. We are not equal. The problems in the black community is far worse than what the white are doing. And they don't give a crap what's happening in your community until you spill over into their community. So let's do this thing where we stop saying, oh, we're not all the same one. We all do the same thing to make you feel better, as if it's going to get any better because you said we're all in this together. Your problems are still worse here than anyone else's problems. And let's focus on that. And no, you're not listening to him. What he's saying is, we have our problems. Well, you were just saying me. He's actually saying for the both of you. That's where the difference is, the disconnect.
I know a number of black women who have been married and still single parents in their household.
That's on who you choose. If you're choosing the wrong dude, that's on you. Y'all choose the same type of dudes over and over again. We've seen the guys you choose over and over again. They always use that too. Well, we got married and it still didn't work. Why didn't it work? What type of man were you going out with? So you don't like these questions because those questions open up a doorway for you to take responsibility. That's why they keep it short and sweet. My grandmama got beat by her husband all the time. No proof, no evidence. You just take their word for it because that makes you feel better.
We're not saying all men gotta do the dishes and wash the clothes and do everything. That's not what I'm saying. But some women need support in other ways, and it's not just going to work, coming home, laying up, looking at TV and doing it all over again. Sometimes, some women are okay with that, and that's fine. If that is the life that you...
See, black women are the only ones talking about this. We need to have a 50-50 all the way down. See, they don't know. Certain women don't think about your job is not going to be the hardcore job that man's doing. You're not going to probably be working the 80, 90 hours a week like he's doing. Let's keep it a buck. You're not doing it. You're not doing dangerous jobs like he's doing. Let's keep it a buck. You're not going to go ahead and do all the disgusting jobs that most women, the majority of women would turn down. Let's keep it a buck. Laying down. Y'all make it sound like every job's the same thing, but they live in a world where everything's the same way. They don't think any differently. Oh, it's the same way here. My cushy job is just like your cushy job because they don't ask questions. They don't care how busy your day was and what the dangerous things that you did just to get to and from work while you're at work, the dangerous things you're dealing with, the disgusting things you're doing? Nope, because you don't care, because you complaining that, oh, patriarchy, I don't like doing dishes. Why can't he do the dishes? And I'm not mad about that. Yeah, you can do the dishes, but you're talking about doing the bare minimum. You pretty much what you're saying is you want your responsibilities to be ours, but the bills, guarantee the bills are still going to be his responsibility. Tell me I'm lying.
Want to live. If that's your non-negotiable, and if you got to go to Thailand to find a girl that's going to do that, more power to you. But what's happening is now a lot of black women are just more willing to be single than deal with some shit that's on their non-negotiable list.
I'm going to tell you something right now. That's cap. The Pookies and Ray Rays that are knocking y'all all up, please. You're mad at the Pookies and Ray Rays, and you're mad, but you won't get mad at the Pookies and Ray Rays directly. What you do is you get mad at the passport bros. Why? Because they're not your Pookies and Ray Rays. But here's the other thing. The reason why you get mad at them, because they are your safety net. So when the Pookies and Ray Rays knock you up and you get all that fun out your body, and you try to go to the Pookies and Ray Rays, when you try to go to the Clean Cut Brothers, and they're not here, that's why you're mad, because you got no one to take care of you after you got them raggedy ass kids and you got them bills that are piling up. And now all those people, they're going elsewhere. The Sims can't help you. Some Sims can, but you're going to disrespect them and you're going to trample right all over them. The passport bros, they're just moving on. They're like, you never chose us. We're going to go someplace else. You're mad about it. Let's keep it real.
Lesson here, and I'm going to just cut to the end real quick. Being strong and independent means that you're uncovered. Let me say that again to all you lovely ladies out there listening. Being strong and independent means that you're uncovered. See, that independent shit will get you, ladies. What this young woman needs is some good family around her. But it seems like she's not ready because she hadn't humbled herself.
Shout out to Dennis Sperling. As I was editing this episode, I was listening to Dennis stream in the background, and what he said lined up with what this episode is about. So to be clear, Dennis is not referring to this lovely lady in our interview. However, I will be cutting part of his stream to give some counterbalance to the topic.
So if I'm going to choose to be with somebody, either that person is going to bring me peace or he can get the hell on.
Now, I gotta give her husband credit. He's a way better man than me. I couldn't have just sat there and let my wife talk like I wasn't even there.
That's another thing that's really huge in the black community. This undermining treating your husband like children. That's a real thing. It's just it's in a lot of their natures to think that it's okay to talk down to your husband. This guy's got a lot of restraint. I respect him for that, because you can see his mind is going a mile a minute. He is all over the place right now. You can tell. And I feel sorry for him because he's got to deal with this, but you chose him. Look at her face. Look at her attitude. And he's got to tolerate this.
And remain cool, calm, and collected like he did. He took it like a champ. Gentlemen, if you want to stay married to a matrix-minded woman, this is probably your best option. Let your woman talk her emotions out and let it go through one ear and out the other. Now, do I agree with that? Hell no. I don't know if you guys are paying attention or not, but if you watch the Thai woman, she looks a bit bewildered. I'm not sure if it's...
Look at her face in comparison to the other two in the corner. And it has nothing to do with their skin complexion. It has nothing to do with their race. It's their attitude. She has the stankest look in her face. The other one's going a mile a minute about nonsense, and she's just like, this is why you can't have her. Your women, keep them as far away from these type of American women as possible, because they're cancer.
Because she couldn't understand everything that was being said, or if she was just trying to process. But this must have been like culture shock to her. Women in Thailand don't usually think like this. The I don't need no man like my grandma did talking points, most Thais think the opposite. They understand and enjoy it as if...
Yeah, that's okay. This is what I understand.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
No, what you have to understand is that we're not mad. I think that is the misconception, is that we're mad at y'all because y'all not with us. I think that is the big disconnect here.
You say we're mad at you guys because you're not...
No, I think you guys think that we're mad at y'all because y'all ain't marry us. And we not. That's my point. We don't go
Do you really feel that way?
Yes, we're not. Listen, all we say is leave us out of it. If you gotta go off and find your happiness somewhere else, go find it. Leave me alone though.
Funny thing is, does that still go for the women who talk smack about everybody else? And let's keep it real. Black women love talking smack about. What is with that face? Why is she so angry? Anyway, when they talk smack about every other person, every other race on the planet, and everyone just got to tolerate it. And then here's some guys who were, let's keep it real. We're talking to themselves, talking to each other, telling each other about how the passport bro is a good way, get out of the country, don't date in this country. And y'all had to intervene and jump into business that wasn't even yours. Is that what you're talking about? Let's keep it real. You guys couldn't mind your business long enough to leave it alone.
Right? You don't gotta make a series about why American women are horrible.
Yeah, they do. Because you're telling other men. Let me tell you something right now. Austin Holloman and all those other guys, these guys set off the tone that scared the crap out of you. I know you're scared because you made videos about it, counteracting it. You basically have already established these men are no good to you. You already established that these men don't make enough money for you. You've already established that you're better than them. You insult them every chance, but now men are talking to each other, talking about the same nonsense. Yeah, she got a headache just like I do. And now all of a sudden you mad. You're mad because people have a voice and they can talk and you don't like it. You don't like the fact that your options are leaving you in the dust. So you can be boss babes, single mothers, and buy a dog and guy alone. Let's keep it real. Y'all want to keep playing that game. Keep playing that game.
Why American women are there? Why black women are there? Like, just go off and do your damn thing. And then we don't have no reason to respond. Like,
you could just not ignore them. See, this is the thing about a woman. Y'all can't shut the hell up. Y'all just have to keep talking. Y'all have to keep getting in people's business. You keep doing all this stuff over and over again. You are saying as if, oh, if we didn't say nothing, we'd have been okay. You'd still be talking smack about them. You were talking smack before Password Bros. You're going to be talking smack after Password Bros. You're going to be talking about smack after you were single parents. And you're going to be talking about Password Bros after you were left in the ditch alone. Let's keep it real. The only thing that's helping you feel better is that other race of women had to come in and jump in to save the day to make you guys feel better. But guess what? That started dying out because they realized I can't get involved with this. The other race of women knew that I ain't going to lose my man. Nope. Let's not do that. See, they learned to shut the hell up. Y'all are too strong-willed. And your egos are all out of whack. So you ended up just going forth with it because you had no choice. You felt like you had no choice. So here you go. You now have the option to stop talking, but you could stop. You didn't stop. You had the option to stop watching. You kept watching.
There's nothing to respond to. Go live your life. We're not mad.
One of the complaints that men and women in the States have regarding the passport bro movement is not that we're just taking our resources and going to other countries. I noticed one of the top outlets or top complaints that they have about what we're doing is that you guys are putting down or talking about black women. You're degrading the queens. You're talking about the women so much. You could just leave. Why do you have to talk about black women?
Just go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't really care about where you go and who you being with if you just don't fish on us.
You're right. We are talking about the sisters, black, white, Asian. We are talking about the behavior pattern of modern women and many sisters
So
in
what's
this
the point of the TikTok
We're
video?
not going to be like Thai women because our history is different.
Right, but what's the TikTok videos all about then? If you're saying they don't care
The
on a
TikTok
regular
videos
basis.
are saying, look at your little dusty ass. Nobody wanted you anyway, okay? Yes, you over there getting that woman because you can give her $200 a month and she's going to be happy and taken care of. Yeah.
All right, this is another thing I'm talking about. You're sitting in someone else's country with someone else in the living room sitting right next to you, not even taking into consideration you could be insulting them. Like I said earlier,
I'm gonna keep it real. I'll put the link in the description box. This video is getting a little bit long, but you guys can see the video. Great stuff over at his page. Go ahead and check it out. Send him some love. But I'm gonna end with this because this video is going too long. That's exactly the point. They talk and talk and talk and don't even think for a split second. Are you insulting this woman or not? They can't even sit down long enough to realize that you are probably insulting this woman. You're insulting her culture, and you don't care because it's all about you. And you don't fear anything. This is why I tell you, the whole thing of them fearing for their lives and being unalived every 1 second of every minute, idiots. No. It's because you guys are so careless. You have no restriction. You are a dog, loose, rabid, and just going crazy. and you don't know how to stop yourself. You have lost your men. You've already admitted that those men are not, you're not those men, the men's women. You've already admitted this. So now these men are moving on. Not the Pookies and Ray Rays. They don't have to travel. They get to knock you up for free. And here you go, talking all that smack, not letting them go. You just can't let it go. And instead of just leaving it alone, you keep digging that hole. You're thinking that these men are going to come back. So you go online and insult them. I'm going to tell you what happened. First, you started calling them Dusties, right? Started off with the Dusty comments. And then you started going, they said, well, you ain't got money, but it takes money to get a passport and to travel and live overseas. So then you started attacking the women, saying, oh, well, those women are poor broke and they're uneducated and they're young children, and you're trying to do and all the shame language. Oh, they're uneducated. So then the Filipino women started clapping back and kicking it back at you, throwing all that nonsense, saying how we have more education than you do. We speak more languages than we do. We can speak the English language better than you can. You come from a first world country, United States, and you have third world problems. And what happened? That failed miserably. So you try to do that. Well, let's try to be their friends. Oh, these poor innocent girls you're going after and hurting and doing this, they're young children and this and that. You start making up lies, and it fell miserably because all you're doing is showing the rest of the world why the world hates this country and why the world doesn't want to have anything to do with these women. So what they chose to try to do after that, they wanted to become passport sisters, and that failed miserably multiple times. Y'all traveling thinking that your men going to get away with it like men do, and you started finding out this isn't working out. This is pretty bad. This is unsafe. You'll complain that men go to these trips and trying to get some, for JJ from foreign women, as if you don't go to Jamaica on your girls' trip and try to get your box beaten or clean or being washed out in some nasty swamp water while a guy uses a bag for a prophylactic wrapper. Oh, you forgot those videos? You surely think that men have short attention spans. You think the world doesn't know what you're doing. The internet is forever. Everybody sees it. Everyone knows it. And when they see your face, it's forever. Just like ghetto gaggers, you will always be remembered for selling out. So don't complain to a bunch of men who want to date outside their race. You guys let racist people do the most horrible things to you on camera, and it was all for some change. Don't come to me with that nonsense. Anytime you tell me that, well, I'll just say, hey, ghetto gaggers. Y'all full of crap. Y'all hate the fact that black men are living it up. That bothers you. That feminist Kool-Aid you drank all those years ago has bothered you so much that you can't do nothing but drink that Kool-Aid. You're upset that these men can move and move and move, and it bothers you. If it didn't bother you, you wouldn't say a thing. But here you are online complaining with that angry mug on your face because you can't tolerate the fact that these men can be happy. You refuse to make these men happy, and you go after the men that you want to make happy or the bottom of the barrel, your Pookies and Ray Rays. And those are the guys you give your best to. So when they use you up, you want to go to the passport bro guys, but they become passport bros. And I'm going to do this best that I can to encourage these men to go elsewhere and find women, because the women here are almost pretty much done. Get mad at me for saying it, but you know it. Because otherwise, I wouldn't have a platform, and other men wouldn't have platforms like this if it wasn't true. You know it, and you expose yourself doing it as we speak. Please. Anyway, I'm going to send a link of this guy's video so you can see the full video, and I'm going to say good night to you. Thank you for tuning in and letting me rant, because I like going. Now it's time to get some sleep. Good night.